All right, boys and girls, it came to my attention this week or this morning that these problems were a little bit difficult on last night's homework. So my intention today, by recording myself teaching this, is for you to have it as part of your OneDrive to be able to access this at home and also to help parents out. So I put this problem up and I put it in a box, in a table, so we can see the division between the place values. So this is a subtraction problem, and what I did is I drew on the whiteboard, I drew the lines. And remember that I told you that it helps us to separate the place value with lines. That helps us see what we're doing. So the first thing that you have to remember is that we have been learning regrouping. So the question you need to ask yourself each time you're trying to figure out the missing digit is, was there regrouping? And I'll show you what that means. So right here, this is a 7. I cannot obtain this 7 by subtracting 4 from something. The highest number I can put in this block right here is 9. If I put 9 there, 9 minus 4 is 5. It's not 7. So does anybody know what that tells us when we have a situation like this? What does that tell us, Anna? There was regrouping that took place in order to get the 7. Okay. So now I can think backwards. What is 7 plus 4? Landon. It's 11. So if that's the case, there's going to be a 1 here. But in order to make that 11, I had to borrow from the 9. So that means I'm going to go back, and I'm going to make the 9 an 8. Stylus is... Okay, and then this would have become an 11. All right? So now I can look at this. So I know my first missing digit right here is 1. So now I can look at this 8. 8 minus 1 is what, Ben? 7. Does that make sense? Do I need to do anything else? That works, right? Okay. I can leave it there. Okay. Now, thinking backwards again. What is 9 plus 3? Alyssa. It's 12. Can I put... excuse me. Can I put 12 in that spot? Why can't I put 12 in that spot, Lily? Right, I would have had to regroup from the 7 to make that a 12. So I can say that this is a 2. And in order to add that 1 there, this has to be turned into a 6. Right? Make sense? Make sure this looks like a 2. All right. So, fixing this stylus. All right. So now I can look here at this problem. 6 take away 2. I'm looking right here. 6 take away 2. Can I do that without any problems? Yes. What's 6 take away 2, everybody? 4. Okay, now, let's think backwards again. When you have, Chloe, listen to me. When you have the top number missing, you can always think backwards and add the answer plus this number that you were taking away. So what is 3 plus 8, Skylar? Or 8 plus 3. You can think that way if it's easier. 11. Can I put 11 in this box? No, but I can put a 1, right? And then I can say I borrowed the 1, but in order to borrow that 1, I need to make this a 3. So I had to regroup. That's right. So the answer that you should have had here Let me change my color here. You should have had a 1 right here. When you're answering the questions, what I'm looking for is you to fill in the blanks correctly. You should have a 2 right here. You should have a 1 right here. You should have a 7 here. And you should have a 4. So that ends up with your final answer to this question would have started out. So the question would have started out as 417,291 minus 182,314, and then the final answer would have been 234,977. That is the problem that we did. So the number one tip that I want you guys to remember is ask yourself, was there regrouping? And 2, remember to think backwards. Now let me just tell you, I am going to give a math test tomorrow. There is one question on the math test that has the missing addends or the missing digits in the subtraction problem. So it's not the whole test, it's one question. And you need to be able to think backwards. So I just want to make sure that this is on the recording because I want everybody to hear this. And I want your parents to know that I told you this. If you get, if I, excuse me, if I ever give you homework, which is rare, and you get the homework home, and you are having a hard time, and even your parents are confused, and it is taking you more than a half an hour to do it, and I don't mean you're sitting at the table for a half an hour whining that you have homework. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean you were trying for a half an hour, and you did your best. It is okay to stop. It is okay to come back with it incomplete. Because the idea of homework is practice. The idea of homework is not to torture you and take your life away. Okay? Does everybody understand that? I would rather you try hard on 1 or 2 problems than be completely frustrated on 5 or 6. Okay? Everybody clear with that? And then if I see situations like this where a lot of people struggled, then I can record videos and things like that for your parents to help you. All right, I'm going to stop the video now.